So when you start your career, you typically come out of your training, your profession, and you end up with a scenario like this. And you start typically as a team member. So you've got your qualification, whether it be a tradesperson, whether it be a doctor, lawyer, accountant, whatever the career pathway you've gone down. You start out as being a team member, and then if you do that well enough, then you get promoted up here to the next level and you become a team leader. If you do that well, then you get promoted up here and become a manager. And what happens there, typically inside most businesses, when you go into management, there's two main parts of management. And they're looking after the business and looking after the operations. Now, looking after the operations, you're worried about how many hours am I working on here. When you go up to a team leader, you're looking at what you have to do each week. And when you're a manager, you're looking at monthly. As a business operations person, if you're managing that, you're worried about how many hours have I got booked for my staff. And when you're doing a team leader, it's how many weeks of work do I have? What do I have to get done? Are we going to meet that budget for the week? But when you go up to a manager, that's when things start turning a little bit more financial. Now, when you know you've got this wrong is when you get dragged back down from being a manager and you have to go back down to becoming a team leader again and sorting some problems out. And when you've really got it bad, that's the time that you have to come back down here and become a team member and get on the tools again, which is not what you're supposed to do. And then what happens is this thing called Groundhog Day, and you just go through and do this whole thing again and you keep going. But when you get it right, you end up going up to the next level. And this is where all business owners should aim to be heading. Get up to being a manager and looking after the business side. And looking after the business side is where you start looking after the employees, looking after commercial leases, buying vehicles, taking on premises, recruiting staff, sacking staff, all of those sorts of things that are involved in management. Now, where these people here are involved in hourly, weekly and monthly decision making, when you go to an executive, you're now starting to talk of 0 to 12 months. And as you move up the food chain even further, up to more decision making, then you're worried about going from 0 to 5 years. And it's starting to map out inside your head, where are you positioned now? Where do you want to be positioned? Because what happens here, as you go up each level, you're now going to need to learn more things. And as you start learning more things, you're going to have to study more, you're going to have to apply more, and you're going to have to look at who's coming behind you to backfill your position. So this is what I would map out and say is a career pathway. I hope it helps you.